Hello, everybody. Yes, I have to push. Okay. Yeah. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. And I would like to start with maybe some sharing. Is there somebody who would like to share a funny story, a good experience, some good information? Then please unmute yourself. If there's nobody, that's also okay. Huh?
Okay, I'm going to share some good information. And Suan is too good. I just,
And Angela also raised her hand, so we have
well
some
then, you
share.
know what? I've already mentioned my good information. It's just about my losing all my one of my emails. I have two different emails, and one of my emails, I lost all my emails, all of them. Like,
Yes.
there were like a lot. In the universe, I've been talking about letting go of them and getting rid of them and putting them in files. Well, I started to do that, but I didn't do it quick enough, I guess. So I started erasing some things, and I ended up erasing like 600 emails, and some of which I was
Mm.
like, and I was like pretty chill about it. I was like, and my partner's still talking to me about it. However, her computer just crashed yesterday, like literally crashed.
Oh,
And it was the
oh.
same message that she had been getting. Things were starting, da 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 da. And I would be saying, okay, maybe it's time to look into a new computer. And I let it go. And then it crashed. And gratefully, we have a backup. But so it's all about letting go. And it was
Yeah.
a freeing experience for me, right? It ended up being extremely like, okay, I'm not meant to have this stuff. It's just how
Mm.
I really equate my reaction to Mingjue because I couldn't. I mean, I almost wanted to be like mad or upset about it, but I couldn't. Do you know does that make sense?
It's
Yeah, right. I was like, how come I'm not really pissed off at this or mad? It's just like it was really. I guess the only thing I can say is it felt just freeing to just,
oh,
hey, I'm not meant to have this stuff. If I need an email that I no longer have for some reason and people need to reach me, they can send me a new one, right? And
okay,
a lot of
beautiful.
so it just was exciting in that sense. And so I share that good information about like, it's not mine to have right now or ever,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, accepting is an information of accepting
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
staying in a good state.
Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. Oh, la. Thank you for sharing. Suan, will you share us?
Yes, I wanted to share it was an experience I had over and over during the days that I was there, and with Andrew, the little one. And um, one day, it was early on, Dad was having a hard time calming him down. He was, crying and, just agitated and all of that. So he gave him to me, and he was on my chest and snuggled in, and I started doing the end sound. And within
Mm.
30 seconds, he was totally peaceful.
Mm.
And um, and then I kept doing that. I mean, whenever, he was fussy, I would pick him up, and because I love to pick him up. And, he fell asleep. I went over to the couch where it was a little quieter. I think a lot of that agitation was that we had 7 adults and a baby and a 4.5-year-old and 4 dogs. And there was always commotion. It was very, there's a lot of loud energy, let's put it that way. But I went over, to a little away from that. It's hard to escape it, but he fell asleep. And then I would do that. And one day my sister and her husband were in the kitchen, and I did the same thing. And he was, really agitated, screaming. And I picked him up and I started doing the end sound. And he again quieted down. And my brother-in-law said, "Do you live in a gingerbread house?"
Yes.
So so anyhow, I got the nickname of Magical Auntie Susu. So because and I told my sister what I was doing, and I said, this is a sound that I use to calm myself down. I use it to calm other adults down in my teaching them how to do it in my qigong classes, and they're not really, they
They're
think
not
I'm pretty
mm,
far out there. I'm pretty on the outskirts. But anyhow, I noticed my sister started to do it a little bit, so
oh,
anyhow, I just think it's so transformative. And it was just heart to heart. I mean, the baby is so ready to entrain with that kind of
mm,
energy, this
mm,
peaceful, pure. I mean, I could
mm,
feel the purity of of his heart when I was
mm,
sharing that. So I just wanted to share that those beautiful moments that are related to what we do all the time and what we're
mm,
practicing, and how when we're babies it's already there, and just to be able to connect in with it just brings them right back into
mm,
their peaceful center. So anyhow,
mm.
just was just an incredible experience. So thanks for letting me
Thank
share that. Thanks
thank
for
you for sharing. Allah. Yes, there was somebody else who wanted to share. Yes, Angela?
I have sort of a double whammy share, which is nice. I came back from the family reunion yesterday, and it turned out it was very nice and very low key. We've had so many losses in the last few years, and I think this is the first one where I have felt accepting of who was still there, and acknowledging that some people weren't, but not caught in either the number of losses or who's going to be next. Um, so it was, in that sense, it was a really rewarding experience, even though it was incredibly chaotic. And there were a million people, but half of them I love a lot, and the other half I can stand. So, um, and then driving home, I talked to Bobby, and she had gone home a couple days before, and she was really frustrated about stuff, where things were going and not going in terms of the people who are living with us, and that it felt like it wasn't going anywhere, and it wasn't what we had in mind, and it wasn't what she had in mind. And on the phone, I was able to kind of reassure her and say, well, I'll be home and we'll talk tonight and we'll reset a structure and we'll see what things have to change. Um and then after I got off the phone, I thought, okay, I've got about 20 miles to go. And if I'm going to walk into a house where four people are in that shape, I need to do some Mingjue on the way home. I need to pull my energy and connect with energy. So I was driving. I didn't want to go real deep, but that's usually works for me. And so I did the end sound and felt like when I got home, I was ready, just in a relaxed way. And what I realized later was, over the next 4 hours or so, I totally forgot to do the end sound or call on the world consciousness community or any of that. And yet the other people had already started coming up with a couple of plans, and Bobby had shifted, and it just was, we had a good 2 hour conversation last night, and felt like when we got done, people had heard each other, and we have some things that take a lot of courage and risk from people, but that everybody's kind of connected and we're moving again. So
Mm,
what struck me was when I look back and realized I never remembered after that to go ask, but we never really lost it. It
Mhm.
was there in the framework from all of us. At one point I said to them, I feel like in the midst of this conflict, besides our own issues, every one of us has every one of the other people here in their heart and wants their best. And as long as we keep remembering that. So it was just after my dread of going home to it because of the chaos I'd been in, it turned out wonderful. And I'm happy to be home, and I'm very happy to be here.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Angela, for sharing. Hola. Ah, some more beautiful information, Cecile? Yes? You on mute?
Good,
Yes, thank you.
good morning.
Good morning.
This is a simple joy for me. I have a little 7-pound Shih Tzu mix that a lot of people have seen. She'll come and sit on my lap during um, our practices, and she gets on my chest in the morning, and I rub her and love on her and talk to her, and she wakes me up basically. And she was in so much, I don't know, peace or personal joy. She rolled over on her back and let me rub her tummy and chest all the way up and down and stayed that way for a while. And for me, that is bliss, because it's just such a gift to have that, trust from a little baby like that, that they would open themselves up. And so I wanted to share that. It's just a little simple thing. But I have a request. Um, uh, when when I went to the retreat in California, the group while I was there did a healing for me, and so I've been waiting um, for the past 3 months to have my next CT. And I had that on Friday, and I get the reading today. So if you would just hold me in the field for accepting whatever news comes my way, I would appreciate it. Just holding me in that peace and um, oh yes, with acceptance. Yeah.
Yes, Cecile, beautiful how you say it yourself, the full acceptance. We will work on acceptance today. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you for your beautiful sharing. Hola. Somebody else who would like to share?
I would, thank you.
Yes, definitely.
3 years ago, my daughter had surgery where she had to have a steel bar put in her chest because the bones in her sternum were compressing her lungs and her heart. And the surgery to remove it is next Monday. So she called yesterday because she and her fiance are really nervous about it, and she just wanted to talk. And she said, I'm so glad you're going to be there with me because I need you there. And I said, well, of course I'm going to be there. I'm your mom. But I could sense that she knew that if she talked to me, of course, I'm already pulling it into the field and sending energy to her and all the caretakers and things, people that are going to be performing the surgery. But I think she knew that when she talked to me, she could just sort of give it to me and I could give it to the field. And that just gave me such a sense of, wow, how powerful the field is when people who aren't directly involved in it know its power. And she asked me to share with the group and ask the group to hold her in the field too, which also meant a lot, that she recognizes that something has shifted in the family, with me doing the practices. My husband says I do it for all of us. And this really made me feel like, yeah, it's not just me who's impacted. So I just wanted to share that and thank you guys.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Mm. So much beautiful information. It moves me. It really moves me. Beautiful group. Somebody else who would like to share?
Linda wanted to share.
Yes, thank you, Ari.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I was hesitant to share. Well, anyway, I had this. There's two things happening. I had this experience on Saturday. I live across the street from a park, and the post office is a couple blocks from my house. And I've been having a really good. I had a good qigong practice in the morning, and the day was just flowing. And there was a band playing in the park across the street, some big event going on. And I decided I needed to go for a walk. And so I decided to walk to the post office. And when I got to the post office, nobody was around, but there was a car parked, next to it. And there was a woman in the car. And then there was a woman standing next to her. And I just was on my way into the post office. And they asked me, the woman driver asked me if I knew when the bus was going to come. And the older lady, she's not much older than me, but was with a walker, and she was trying to get a bus. And so I just went over and I said, well, where are you trying to go? And she said, well, now I just want to get home. And I said, well, where do you live? I said, I don't really know much about how the buses run. And she said, well, I just live, I want to get to Dada, where she lived. And I don't know I was just in Mingjue state. And I said, may I offer you a ride home? And this is it was almost like a I was just in this state that was so relaxed, and it was the most natural thing to do. And of course she said, oh, yes. And I said, well, I have to go in the post office. Let me walk home and get my car. And the whole experience for me, it was almost like this is the state I want to always be in. Just the natural state of kindness, of connecting with another human being. And so I went and got my car, and we got her walker in my car, and she was lived 2 miles from me. It was so easy. There was no reason. I didn't have anything else that I had to do. And even if I did, that took, 15 minutes. And she said, oh, I just had my 80th birthday. And I knew right where the area she lived in. And it just was, I don't know, I just felt in Mingjue, so completely in Mingjue state. And kind of another piece of this, and it is that I have a dear, dear friend who's in hospice care, and he lives in Arizona, and we are occasionally in touch, but this goes back to, we've been friends since 1970, and we have a lot of history. We have a whole clan of friends. And his wife had called me a few weeks ago. And the other piece of this is that I've been calling him and talking to him, and every couple of days. And I feel like it's just the most natural thing to do. And so he's only awake a few hours a day. So I've been calling him at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, which is his good time. And all of this, I just feel like Mingjue is really beginning to settle into my life more during the course of my day, and not just when I'm intentionally practicing. And I'm very grateful for this. And I also would like to put my friend in the field and his wife, especially because in a way, I think she's suffering more than he is. So I just really appreciate that. And every morning, I so appreciate, I say this every time, being together with everyone. When we're practicing together, it's just an amazing experience, and we create such a beautiful field. So thank you for that.
Thank you for your sharing.
Thank you.
Hola. Hola. I guess we better start now practicing a bit. I hope
You have one
maybe there
more,
was
Peggy. Can we
one more.
Peggy? Peggy.
Okay.
I'll make it short. I'm kind of reclining because I also have a dog on my lap, Cecile. So, um, July had the 1st of July was just a terrible, difficult month for me, and I couldn't figure out why. And thank you, my Mingjue friends, for helping me through it. Just lots of problems with my partner, and lots of we were triggering each other and arguing and fighting, and we're just almost to the point where we almost dissolved the relationship. And we've been together 22 years, so it was just weird. Um, but I found out a couple of things. One is we make a 5-hour trip twice a month, and generally I spend an hour. There's other things going on in the background, obviously, and conversations and things, but I'm focusing on 1 hour. I'm thinking about Mingjue love. One is peace, and I spend an hour just kind of meditating in the background on those things. I had not added in the 5th hour, which wound up being acceptance, until somewhere in the middle of July. And a couple of things happened. In our arguments, she would say, almost constantly, she'd say, "You're so angry. Why are you so angry at me?" And I always came back with, "I'm not angry. I am not angry. You're the angry one," in a very angry tone. And when I was meditating on the acceptance, all of a sudden I thought, oh, I am angry. I need to accept that and work through that and start, really taking ownership of my part in these arguments. And it's just not all her, And then I went through this. In fact, I asked Irene, I said, I think my true self is this ugly, evil person. I don't really like who I'm finding when I get there. And anyway, thank you, Irene and Roseanne, for kind of walking me through that. But I'm finding that acceptance part, it is really changing my life. And when I get into Mingjue state and I get into accepting and accepting me and accepting, what's going on around me, it has been just a game changer. It's really been wonderful. So anyway, Howla, thank you, everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you. Hola. Okay. Let's start training our Mingjue state, especially with such a big group, strong group. We will feel it. And let's close our eyes. Coming home deep in ourselves. Coming home in our hearts. We connect our hearts, although they are already connected in the sharing. But let's connect even deeper and get more open and wider. We connect in all directions with the pure Hunyuan Qi, with our beautiful consciousness group. And by doing so, observing very relaxed inside. I guess most of us already can experience the transformation into one big chi body, one big consciousness body. And feel deep inside this pure heart. If you like, you can put your hands on your heart, or you just look inside, observe inside the heart. And we enjoy this observation. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. The heart is with us. We've been traveling a day, traveling a year, traveling a lifetime to find our way home. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. The heart is with us. And we hold the big chi ball in front of our chest, of our heart. And we relax even deeper and deeper. And we can observe this big chi ball in front of our chest, but also all surround. And we're gonna do together open and close. Open. Far away, connected with the pure Hunyuan Chi. Close. Observing deeper and deeper inside. Open. Oh, we are carrying each other, supporting each other, opening more to the pure Hunyuan Chi, supporting this beautiful group. Deep inside, deep inside, filled with trust and acceptance. Open, open, deep inside. Close. Feeling connected with each other in trust and acceptance. Open. Open. Together. Close. Close. Open. Open. Connecting far away with peace and love and joy and trust and acceptance, and observing again deep inside. Close. And all close deep inside, deep inside. And now on your own rhythm, and if you feel that the shoulders are maybe tired or stiff, just relax the hands lower in front of lower dantian, or even lay your hands on your legs and just open and close with our consciousness field. We are breathing together in this beautiful consciousness field, surrendering towards each other like babies with a beautiful and pure heart, open to everything that happens to us, filled with acceptance, filled with unconditional love for ourselves and for everything and everyone. Keep on opening and closing. And we know what we can do if distracting thoughts would appear. We just go deep inside to the end sound. Mm. Mm. And we surrender even more to this beautiful consciousness field. Very light, very bright and playful. And if you want to open open up more. If you feel, I can even open more in this heart, in the chest, in the upper back. Then we say Shu. And we only observe. We don't do anything. Surrendering as small babies. Every cell is filled with acceptance and with trust, connecting to the pure Hunyuan Chi. We will be gentle to ourselves and towards others, as if it's our pure nature. It's our new program. Loving ourselves deeply, loving our family deeply, and loving people we don't even know deeply. And letting kindness grow and grow, and trust. We deeply can feel we are carried, supported by a beautiful consciousness field. And opening and closing together. And now just feel where your hands want to go to. Just follow the hands, whether they want to go to lower dantian, or maybe middle dantian, or maybe higher the upper dantian, or maybe you want to rest them on your legs. Or maybe you can imagine your hands in a place deep inside, in one of your organs, or one of the palaces. Just let the beautiful information come to you and have confidence. Just open and close where you feel now. This is supporting me. This is supporting my family. This is supporting our world consciousness community. And we surrender. And you open and close. Only observing the open and close. The little intention. Far away when you open. Observing deep inside when you close. Just trust and surrender. I will be gentle with myself. I will stop. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. Every moment we surrender. And even if we lose it sometimes, it's no problem. Because we know how to return and to trust and to feel supported by the consciousness field. Always sending ourselves beautiful information. We are Mingjue love. We are Mingjue peace. We are Mingjue joy. We are Mingjue happiness. We are Mingjue trust. We are Mingjue gratitude. We are Mingjue love. We are happiness. We are gratitude. We are peace. Our Mingjue state is being trained just because we observe without any judgment, because we connect with each other and the pure Hunyuan Qi, deeper and deeper We are surrendering, training a very stable Mingjue state, choosing for good information. We are all pure baby hearts with so much potential. Mm. 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 And now, if you like, you can train a method together with me, or just feel if you like to stay seated and do open and close. Then you choose. You choose for what your entirety likes now. And at the same time, realize we are all supporting one another. Just by choosing that method you want to do right now, that feels right for you now to do. And those who want to follow me, I invite you to stand up. And we're going to do rotating of the lower dantian. Feet parallel on the earth. Hands in the sides. One big chi ball. Connected with the beautiful consciousness field. Connected to the horizons in all directions. And your feet are evenly planted on the earth. If you like, you can move a little bit to the front and put your toes deep down in the earth so you won't lose your balance. And you can move to the back, to your heels. And just feel your feet are deep inside the earth. Open those feet. And the feet may come on width of your hips. stepping on chi, gliding over the earth. And at the same time, your head is in the other direction, up in the blue sky. Maybe you will observe that your spine is being stretched a little bit just by this small movement, feet deep down in the earth and head in the blue sky. Relax. The shoulders are empty and relaxed. The chi arms are empty, relaxed. And we observe our tailbone. And the tailbone moves to the front, deep down in the earth. And then it draws a circle going to the left and to the back and to the right. Back to the front. And then when the movement is clear, you just enjoy this rotation, this Mingjue rotation of lower dantian. And if you like, you can combine it with breathing. Maybe spontaneously the throat breathing is coming on. Or maybe you can observe that when you go to the back with a hollow back, tailbone up, that you breathe out, and if you go to the front, you can breathe in. It's a possibility to combine it with breathing, but it's not a must. You just stay in a very relaxed state, enjoying this lower dantian rotation. Realizing we are feeding our Mingmen palace. And you can follow your own rhythm. You surrender to the feel and just play with this chi movement and see what happens, whether it goes slower or even faster, or you just remain, nothing happens. And then we come back to our center and we rotate to the other direction with a big smile on the face. Hmm. Serving in Mingjue Palace. And whatever you observe, what you feel, we accept everything. Of course, the idea is that you relax. Maybe you can feel some stiffness or maybe not so comfortable, but definitely not pain. If you really experience pain, then make your intention smaller. Relax deeper. Enjoy more. Mm, mm, mm. And gradually we come to the center and we're gonna scoop to the front. And you may use a little bit muscles, the navel towards Mingmen, towards second, third, number one vertebra. Hold the breath a little bit. And then when you release the breath, you go back with your tailbone up, very relaxed, hollow back. Again, breathe in. Hold the breath. And relax. Towards the back. Breathe in. Hold. Relax. So last time. Breathe in. Relax the shoulders when you do this. Don't gather any tension in another place. And relax. We can unfold our hands, bring them back, the sides of our legs, close our feet. And to end, we will do some big circulation. The fingers go deep down in the earth. From the front, raising up a chi ball. Keep the fingers relaxed. Notice your thumbs, are they relaxed? Bring the hands above the head. Connect through the fingers. Far, far away. The shoulders remain relaxed and low. Chi shoulders, chi arms, chi hands. We connect with the pure Hunyuan Chi. With beautiful information. And pour Mingjue love abundantly down. Upper dantian, neck, middle dantian, lower dantian, the hands sliding down for big circulation. Enjoy everything relax. Neck relax. Hands deep down in the earth. Bringing up a chi ball. Filled with trust. Trust in our processes. Trust in the world consciousness community. And trust in ourselves. Trust in our beautiful, pure heart. We take a deep breath. Connect far away. And pour down. Upper dantian. Toe. Neck. Toe. Middle dantian. Toe. Again. Toe. And now we give ourselves a big, big hug. Abundant cheese flowing through the navel inside the body. Putting the hands on the navel. Observing in Lord and Jen, feeling peaceful, feeling deeply connected with each other, with this beautiful group and with the bigger world consciousness community. And we have been sending ourselves good information from in the beginning with the beautiful sharing of everybody. And this beautiful information is also for our family members, for all our friends, for the neighbors, and for all the people in our village, in our town or city, in our country, in our region. Beautiful information goes abundantly to our planet, to all creatures, and to the rivers and the mountains, and all the plants, and the oceans, and the sky, the air, everything. Hola. And when you're ready, you bring the hands along the legs, rotate the shoulders, very gentle from deep inside, and very gently open the eyes bit by bit, and tapping a little bit, or giving yourself a massage or shaking. Thank you all. Thank you all for this beautiful session. Thank you. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. When you want Tom.
Mm.